Hello, everyone. It's Shelia. Welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by. Last week, we went over the 3 big improvements in Disney Dreamlight Valley's Aladdin update, which is update 15. And this week, we are going to hit all of the rest of the new items and improvements. You're going to love the Floating Islands update. We'll also chat a little bit about the next event coming to the Valley, which will give us something new to find, and it will bring us a few new items to craft during that event. This is great news for us seasoned players. So we've got a lot to cover, so let's get into it. The first change is kind of minor in my opinion, but worth mentioning. If you go into your settings as if you're going to save your game, you can now see that the autosave takes a little bit longer. It is now 8 minutes, and originally it was 5 minutes, and then they changed it to 1 minute, which really didn't affect my game, but apparently it was causing issues for some players. But instead of just going back to the 5-minute autosave, they upped it to 8 minutes. I'm not sure why 5 wasn't good enough, but there you have it. Next up, Moana and Maui received beautiful updates to the inside of their houses. I think this was actually needed, especially for Moana. Her house was so blah, and I really never even wanted to go in. So let's go check it out. In Moana's house, check out how beautiful it is now. Instead of just those little beds lined up on either side of the house, we now have flora. We have all kinds of pretty things to look at. I'm so excited that they did this for her because I definitely think it was needed. And then if we go head over to Maui's house, check out the background. This place is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The waterfalls, oh my word. I could spend the whole day here. I really could. This is just my kind of place. All right, enough about them. That was just a quick little blurb. Let's talk about adding and removing rooms to our extra house skins. Did you know we could do that? We can only add or remove rooms to the first floor though. Only the first floor in the extra house skins. When I say extra house skins, I'm talking about the house skins that aren't your main house, okay? Now, not only can we add rooms, but we can also adjust the room sizes just like we can do in our main house. We can also remove the mailboxes from our extra houses by going inside, interacting with the elevator, and toggling the mailbox on and off. Now, keep in mind, we can't do this with our main house, or we won't be able to get mail, of course. I love this feature because now I can make my shop house skins, the ones I have in my shopping district, now they look more uniform. I love this. One thing to note though, we cannot add extra floors to the extra house skins, which is kind of a bum, but I can understand how that might cause a problem with our main house. It shouldn't, because let's just say I had a question. I wanted to know what happens if you change room sizes in your extra house skins and then apply it as your main house. So, of course, I had to try it. And here's what I found out. Absolutely nothing happens. The room sizes and amount of room stays exactly the same in your main house when you change the skin. And what I really found that was really cool is that after spending star coins to adjust the room sizes in the extra house skin, is that no matter what you do with that house skin, whether you delete it from the valley, use it as your main house skin, or leave it where it is, it will always keep those settings. Basically, the settings only change if you make that skin your main house. But if you remove it from your main house, it will revert right back to the settings you originally created. So don't worry about wasting star coins because you won't be wasting them. And if you want more on this new room size change, go check out last week's video. I'll link it in the description for you. This update also brought us a new magic carpet companion and a magic carpet glider. Now, to get the companion, you will need to complete the entire Aladdin realm and bring Aladdin and Jasmine into the valley. To get the magic carpet glider, you will have to craft one with Aladdin in his level 4 friendship quest, Bring Your Own Carpet. That doesn't take too long to get to level 4 with Aladdin, so work on that if you don't have it yet. Once you complete this quest, you can now glide with your magic carpet and hang out with your magic carpet companion. I absolutely love hanging out with both of them together. It's really cute. I will do a complete tutorial in the next couple weeks on how to complete the realm quests and how to get the gliders, so look forward to that. The next new thing is we can now craft coal ore out of charcoal, which can be found by going back into the Aladdin realm and interacting with the fire pits. I haven't tested how long it takes for the charcoal to spawn because it doesn't seem worth it to me when we can just buy coal ore from Kristoff's stall and it's abundant in the valley. But it is a thoughtful addition to the gameplay, so I appreciate that they added that. And speaking of crafting, we can now craft gold nuggets out of gold shards. The gold shards can also be found around the Aladdin realm. I will say this is nice since you will have a bunch of extra gold shards if you've collected a bunch of them in the realm. And of course, what do we do with them? I haven't found out yet, but I am going to hold on to mine for now though, because because you just never know. In this game, you just never know when you're going to need something for another quest. Now, I can tell you for a fact that none of the Aladdin or Jasmine friendship quests require them, but I am still going to hold on to them anyway, just in case. Now, I'm saving the best for last, but before we get there, I just want to talk about what improvements they made to the floating islands. This is exciting to me. Floating islands were already cool, and I found they come in real handy for big gardens, inventory storage, and of course, dream snaps. And speaking of dream snaps specifically, we now have the ability to reset our island. This is such an awesome feature, and so I decided to do some testing on it, of course. Now, what I found was that if you have a garden with empty dugout spots, like literally you've already dug there and they're empty, and you reset your island, the empty spots will be removed. But if you haven't harvested the other veggies yet, they will not be removed or disposed of. And in fact, nothing actually gets disposed of, guys, so don't worry about that. If you do have any loose veggies laying on the ground at the time of reset and you have space in your backpack, those will be picked up and placed in your backpack. Same goes for anything laying on the ground that isn't furniture. Furniture will go directly into your regular furniture inventory, and that does include paths. It will pick up paths. Now, if your backpack is full at the time of reset, items like the loose veggies, and of course, I've got flowers, I got a couple sticks, some seed bags, I got a bunch of stuff laying here. They won't go anywhere. They'll stay on the ground until you make room in your backpack and then do the reset again or just manually pick them up. The only thing I've found that the reset doesn't work with is your extra house skins, your main house, and villager houses. These items will remain intact and you will have to move them from the floating island manually, which honestly is a good thing. Now, the fun thing I noticed about the floating islands is that if you spawn any memory orbs from gardening's the only thing I found that makes memories, at least on the floating islands. But when you do spawn a memory orb and they're laying on the ground when you reset your island, they will also be picked up and placed in your backpack. Of course, I had to do some testing on these. If you click one of the orbs in your backpack, you have two options. You can use them, which means you can get a memory or star coins or whatever else would naturally come out of them when you pick them up, or you can drop them. If you drop them on a floating island, you can drop them wherever you want and set them up for a dream snap. You cannot move these in furniture mode though. If you place them and you don't like how they look, you will need to reset the floating island again to get them back in your backpack. Whatever you do, do not pick them up, as this will just unlock the memory star coin or items. And if you are trying to use them in a dream snap and you accidentally pick them up, you will have to garden all over again on that island to get more. How do I know this, you ask? Because I had to do it. You will also get the same options if you go back to your main valley as well, but since we can't reset our valleys, which I wouldn't want to, once you drop them there, they just become memories again. I decided to place a daisy wardrobe. It holds 48 items on the floating island, and I transferred all my orbs that I had just gathered to that until I'm ready to use them. Now, I'm going to keep gardening up here until I have a lot of them, and then I'll just keep them in the wardrobe until I need them. However, just be warned, when you do another reset, the full wardrobe will go back in your inventory. This is fine. You won't lose anything, but for convenience, you may want to keep it inside a house. And speaking of storage, this brings us to one of the best parts of the update, in my opinion. Now, we got some really neat items from completing Aladdin and Jasmine's friendship quest lines, one of which is this awesome flower that lights up and sparkles when we interact with it. I just love this one, and I think it'll be beautiful in a dream snap. Now, you will need to complete Jasmine's entire friendship quest line to get this, but it is so worth it. She will give it to you with this awesome new outfit once you complete her level 10 quest. The next one comes from Aladdin's quest line, which you also have to complete all of his friendship quests to get. We get this beautiful 48 slot large market chest, and we also get this little small one that has, your average 16 slots. We'll get these once we build Aladdin's gem stall in his last friendship level 10 quest. And the best part about this large chest is that it's craftable without using any Dreamlight. These chests are beautiful, and I plan to use these in my A Rift in Time storage room, and I'm going to replace all the ones I already have in there. So if you need large chests, get through Aladdin's quest line and just make these. You do not need any crazy materials. Some are a little more difficult to find or make, but honestly, this new chest is worth the grind, and they are much easier to get than Dreamlight. And we certainly don't have extra Dreamlight around right now to waste anymore, do we? Let's talk about the new Easter event. We are getting 3 new craftable items and a new egg defined. These new items are adorable. We will be getting a hanging egg chair, an excellent balloon, and a potted spring egg tree. And if you took notice, we will have a new purple spring egg defined this year. I am absolutely excited about this event, and this is excellent news for all of us seasoned players. Are you excited for this event? And I wonder wonder if we'll get the purple bunny companion because we already have a blue, pink, and yellow one, which are already the 3 colored eggs that we already have. So if they're adding a purple egg, it would make me think that we're getting a purple companion. And if you look under our collections tab, we have one more new duty under the village tab. So what do you all think? Or do you think that village tab is going to be for some other event? It looks like it could be for St. Patrick's Day, but you tell me, what do you think? I would be doing you all a disservice if I didn't mention the new Winnie the Pooh items in the premium shop this week. Oh my word, if you have the Moonstones and you can only get one thing, I recommend the Winnie Honey set for sure. If you can afford 2 things, grab the Sweet Bee bundle as well. The outfit is adorable, and when you interact with the beehive box, little honeybees will fly around, and they don't just fly around the beehive, they actually move a little further out, so this is really cute. And the tree house actually has a beehive in it as well, and you can see the bees flying around it. These 2 bundles are the best, so if you can get them, get them. And just a side note, it looks like we will be getting 9 more Winnie the Pooh items if the collections tab is correct. I cannot wait for those, but my feeling is since they gave us this big tree house and the golden beehive house bundle, I'm guessing we are not going to see Winnie in the game anytime soon, unfortunately. I have a question for those of you that have played through the realm already. Did you have any trouble getting around the sandstorms? I personally was totally intimidated by them, but once I sat back and got a strategy together, I was able to pass all of them without getting sent back to the beginning. Let me know in the comments if you were sent back and if you are still trying to get through that realm. And if you are still trying to get through that realm and you need a tutorial on the sandstorms, definitely let me know that because I can do that. Also, if you made it through with flying colors, I'd like to know that as well so I can congratulate you. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this type of content, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. Remember to always be kind, and until next time, bye!